there another question or something you'd like to tell me about?
We use seeds from our peppers and tomatoes and all our vegetables to make our garden.
Yeah.
And for the onions, apparently, if you just cut off the green part until like they keep sprouting until October, and then if you pull it out, dry the bulb, you can plant the bulb in for an onion.
Amazing. See, tons and tons of skills here. Absolutely. And what do you do when you have something that comes out of your garden and maybe there's a little worm on it or a slug took a bite? Would you still eat it?
We slice that part off and then eat that.
Yeah, that's what I do as well. I absolutely. But the interest. What's that?
Like a basil leaf, we just don't eat that leaf.
Right. But if it's something bigger, then you just cut that part off. Exactly. Yeah. Whereas if you were at the grocery store and you saw there was like little worm marks or some kind of bug marks in the, let's say the kale you were going to buy, you might think, oh, what's that doing there? I don't want to buy that. So people aren't used to eating food that has different marks on it. They're used to seeing that all their eggs look the same, all their apples look the same, and so I think that's a really great gift that your family is doing with you, is having a garden to understand that food still is good, and actually probably even tastier than what you'll get at the grocery store where it all looks the same.
That's true. Do you have any of the snack you're eating right now to show, Brandie?
Yeah.
Okay, so part of this camp, my friend Heather does the third part of the camp, one of the parts, and she does yoga, mindfulness, and creative snack making. So yesterday, all these kids made their own yogurt bark. So that's what they're eating right now. There we go.
Wow, is that frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, delicious.
So yesterday they prepared it with Heather and they put it in the freezer overnight, and then they went to get it for their snack today.
Amazing.
Yeah. So on top of learning about how our food is growing from you, they're also learning how to make their own snacks and be empowered to learn 5 days worth of snack making.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And actually most of it uses fruit and vegetables. Most of the things Heather has them do. Fruit, vegetables, maybe pretzels, some kind of peanut butter and nut butter, but pretty healthy stuff.
Excellent. And so what food in your house do you think gets kind of left at the back of the fridge and people aren't so interested in it?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Okay, what about the others? What food is at the back of the fridge and nobody looks at it, and sometimes it just kind of goes bad?
Cream cheese.
They both said the same.
Oh.
I know what's in the back of my fridge right now is spinach.
Ah.
And I have to remember to keep putting it in the smoothies and putting it in our stir fry.
Yeah, it can be hard to keep track of all the things in the fridge. And sometimes if they got lost at the back, then it's like, oh no. So for myself, there are some ways that I can use up a lot of food that is maybe not looking so pretty anymore. They're just little odds and ends. I have a couple recipes that end up using my odds and ends, and one is pizza. So when I make a pizza, I can put that wilty spinach on it, or those mushrooms that are looking a little bit drier than usual. Not that everybody eats mushrooms and spinach, but you know, if you do. And so for pizzas, crumbles are really great for using up some fruit. Smoothies are amazing. Like if your fruit is just really ripe, it makes the smoothie more delicious. Banana bread. What's that?
I had a smoothie for breakfast.
Nice.
And did your brother have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My mom and my sister make smoothies all the time.
Very good.
They're so good, and they're easy for. They're also really good for breakfast.
They are. They're super nutritious.
And like if there's a vegetable that I don't like, if you just put it in a.
Yeah, it's like magic. The fruit makes it very tasty. Good. So another thing that I might make is an omelet. If I have let's say a tomato that one side of it is a bit bruisey, I'll just slice that off.
I don't like tomatoes.
You do?
I don't.
You don't. You know what? Some people don't like tomatoes. Then they like other things.
But the thing with tomatoes is there's so many other ways to use them. Because do you like tomato sauce with your pasta, with your spaghetti? Yeah.
Mhm.
So you might not want to eat a tomato just on its own, but put it in a pasta sauce.
One way we eat our tomatoes if we don't want to is we dip them in balsamic vinegar. It just
You-
tastes.
It makes them tasty, yeah, with some basil leaves.